Good evening, guys. We are live again, and we are back on Pokemon Crystal. And we're going to be hunting, hopefully, Raikou and Entei. That's the plan. Fingers crossed we can do it. So, I'm going to get the game loaded up now. Probably should have done that first. And let's get rock and rolling. Alright. So, my plan. First of all, I need to get Paris leveled up, because it has Stun Spore, so we can use that to paralyze our prey. That is the agenda here. Also, I want to change this to nighttime just to be on the safe side, because I still want Umbreon. Right, so we have Paris there at level 20. It needs to be around about level 40 at least to survive an attack or two. So we're going to get him trained up in Mount Silver, and hopefully it won't take too long, and then we can start fighting or searching for Entei and Raikou. So the way they work is every time you enter a route, a different route or city or building, they will move one stage along and in the map. So for example, if it started at New Blacktown, it would move to the next route every time you go to a route. So every time you switch locations, it will move up along the map, so to speak. So in theory, if we do that enough times, we should encounter either one of them. I think they can appear in Kanto, but I think they mainly appear in Johto, I'm hoping. So hopefully we could find them at least. But what I'll do before I actually make the search is buy more Pokeballs, just to be on the safe side, because if Suicune's anything to go by, they will take a lot of balls. Just saying. Oh yeah, also, we were here. That's Red up there. He's feisty. Ah, Golduck. Didn't expect that. He is by far the trickiest trainer to battle. Like, the strongest trainer in the whole game. Like, I think his Pikachu's at level 81 or something like that. I'm gonna run from this one because I'm not really super effective, and it's just a waste of time then. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. It's probably not going to be an action-packed day, but if we can somehow miraculously get both Entei and Raikou today, that's a big jump in progress to our goal for the whole game, which is catch all legendaries, beat Red. That's the last thing to do. Now, depending on how tricky it may be to get Celebi, we might have to miss out Celebi. But fingers crossed that's not going to be the case. I have already collected a Silver Wing, so that's our key to get Lugia. We need to get the Rainbow Wing, but we can only get that if we have Entei and Raikou. So that is kind of where we're at the moment. We caught a Golbat for that exact reason, to stop Entei and Raikou from escaping with a mean look. So hopefully when we encounter one it should go to plan. Hopefully. Ooh, so close. Bubble beam. Ah, I hate Confuse Ray so much. And Supersonic. Just anything that confuses you in general. I hate it. Oh, another point to note is I caught Larvitar yesterday. Well, last night. So, once we're done with the Entei and Raikou situation. Jake Croucher, welcome in. How are we? Welcome to the stream. I think I've sorted my latency problems out with YouTube, so I should be able to reply quicker. I have ultra low latency for YouTube, so fingers crossed I don't take too long to reply to you guys. And there's Dean. Woo! Please go outdoors. I've been outdoors enough today, bud. I enjoy gaming, so I'm gonna do it, unfortunately. Did you hear the sound of it then, Dean? Because I think I sorted it. And that's the thing, like, people just assume that gamers don't actually go outside. We do. We just don't like it. Someone saying go outdoors while being on YouTube is very hypocritical. I mean, yes and no. But, yeah. Although, these days you can game outside. So best of both worlds. I mean, I could say I am gaming outside, but my background says otherwise. I need like a green screen or something of me on the beach. And contrary to the belief that gaming isn't good for you, it's very good for the brain. Teaches you to problem solve. Be tactical. Gets you to be diverse in unique situations. People think it rots your brain, but it actually don't. Depending on the games you play. I mean, for example, Pokemon is quite tactical. Oh yeah, I know. Denim Booth, yes. I am aware. Thanks for stopping in and supporting, by the way. Always appreciated. Even the haters. The more time people spend with me, the more progress I make. So, thank you. And thank you for your words of encouragement. They go a long way, so thank you. We're here for a good time. And we're also here to surf and turf this Onyx right here. Anyway, hope everyone's had a reasonably good weekend so far. It is Monday tomorrow, so let's not think about that for now. It's depressing. We can drag out the evening. Oh, Golduck's back. Go away. You're not supposed to be here. Caves are for mostly rock types and annoying Golbats. I don't actually have an electric type to fight you. Is Golduck an actual psychic type as well? That's a question I'd like to know. I'm just going to flee from this one because it's going to be too much hassle. Flee! Flee, you fools. The urge to click on red at the moment is Thanks for the like, much appreciated. You are a legend. See, for every hater there's a good dude. Or dudette. It's a very what's the word? What's the seesaw? Seesaw. Well, there you go. It's very seesaw-like. I'm not very good at analogies, I'll be honest. It's like a roller coaster. Lots of ups, but there's also a lot of downs. And the occasional just clean straight path, you know? People hate because they have no life. Yeah, or just they just don't enjoy life. Something like that, probably. Everyone has their own agendas these days, but it's fine. In a way, if they interact, regardless of whether they hate or like, it's a benefit to me. Because it's engagement, you know? So, as much as some comments can be hurtful, there's always a little silver lining behind it. What level's Paris at the moment? Because this is boring me now. 23, yeah, no, we still got to keep you going, bud. I have a rare candy, but that's not really going to be beneficial at the moment. Anyone that's spending their time here, thank you. It's always appreciated. You don't have to chat, you don't have to like, you don't have to sub. I just want you to be here, so thank you. Having a nice chill Sunday evening is what we're all about. And a Friday evening and a Saturday evening, because that seems to be the times I get to stream. I do try to during the week, but time runs away with you. Or you just get too tired, you know? There's a lot to do in the week. See, yeah, these Pokemon are high level, but they don't give you a lot of XP, really. I've run out of surfs now, so I'm going to have to vacate the premises. Which is really annoying. I mean, Bubble Beam might be strong enough to take out an Onix or two. We'll have to see. We'll have to try it. Video game logic, big boss, little reward. Yeah, it's a bit sucky, isn't it? It's not very good. This cave is supposed to be like that. Ooh, my Paris is evolving. Hey! How little I care that it's evolving. I just need it to be high enough level for 1 or 2 encounters and that's it. But hey, congratulations, you've evolved. I'm happy for you. Yeah, this is supposed to be like the hardest wild area of Pokemon, I guess. Hardest cave. Which, yeah, there's some level 50s thrown in here, but... And the odd Golduck, which is quite irritating at the moment. But they don't give you much XP, which is really rubbish. There is someone that could give me good XP, assuming I could beat him. But I don't think I could. I don't have the levels at the moment. My highest level is not even a 50, I don't think. What we got? Yeah, 47, which is Suicune. And my, actually, technically my highest level is Snorlax, but he's in the PC, so I don't get to use him. I could use him, but I don't want to. I already have plans for my team. Once we're done with Entei and Raikou, I will be using Larvitar, who will eventually evolve into Tyranitar. which is going to be badass. And then who else? I need to get Electabuzz back on my team as well, because he's currently sat in the PC at the moment. He's my well-rounded Pokemon, because he has Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, and Ice Punch, and Psychic, which is all pretty hefty typings, so he's been essential in my progress. I swear, if you get hurt again, Jesus Christ. This is why I hate being confused. If I confuse an opponent, they don't get hit. Again, video game logic right there. Come on, Suicune, you're better than this. You're out of Aurora Beams now. You've only got Bubble Beams left. And we're confused again. I swear, if you get hit one more time, I quit. I quit. Okay, I was exaggerating. I don't quit, but still, stop it. 4 chances of getting past confusion, and every single time I got hurt. Minus that 5th time there. Don't quit, never back down, never. No, I never. I don't quit. I might complain a lot, but I don't quit. I should probably go to the Pokemon Center because we're running out of moves here. I don't want to go too deep into the cave, I just want to level up. I'll go away, Golduck. Big attack equals miss. Yes it does. Many strong attacks can get missed easily. Do you watch Attack on Titan? And my name is Teddy. Well, hello Teddy. Welcome in. Very happy that you're here. And no, I've not watched Attack on Titan. I know of it, but I've not watched it. My name is Kieran, my real name, but I would rather you called me Can't Win just because that's the content that I'm making. That's the name I use. Because I can't win very much. Foreshadowing there for you. Go away, Golduck. No one wants you. Go away. I need to go back to the Pokemon Center. Heal up my poor little buddies. If I can actually get out of here. And then, Okay, goodbye. It was nice to stop by. Thank you. Because this guy has respawned, you fighted him already. So, if I catch this one and it has Stun Spore, I've made a shortcut here. So, I'm also at a very strong disadvantage as well, because I'm very weak at the moment. And Parasect may have a grass type move, which could, if he uses Spun Spore, I don't know what I said then. If he does say, I give up. We'll gloss over that a minute. Oh, the blue dude. Yeah, Golduck, yeah, we've ran into way too many of them. And he has Spore. I think that's a sleeping one though. That might be perfect. Yeah, we're running into way too many Golducks at the moment. Spore, great, there goes Suicune asleep. That's fine, I might take that, to be fair. We got some balls here. Let's try a Great Ball. Okay, that ball wasn't that great. Leech Life. Okay, so it has Leech Life, Spore, Growth. There's one more attack that it has. What is it? I would like to know. I'm going to try an Ultra Ball this time. It'd be interesting He looks like a strawberry with legs. He does look like a strawberry, yeah. I can't imagine he'd taste very nice though. Actually, you know what? Because you're there, you've said it. I'm gonna nickname him Strawberry for you. There we go, Strawberry. I can spell. Oh look, there's perfect amount of characters too. There we go. That one is for you, Denim Booth. Alright, so we have caught the Strawberry. We are going to swap out Suicune for a minute. Pidgeot, we'll put you in. I don't know why I put you in, because you're not going to be very effective against rock types. But it will do for now. I think I've got to go this way. Yes, this way. I'm going to go straight down. Damn it. Alright, so I need to go to the Pokemon Center. Have to go in the PC. Thank you, Minimat. Much appreciated. Thank you for the sub. You are a legend. We are heading down and out. There we go. We're alive. Just. Right. Let's heal up first. We'll go check on this Parasect. Or Strawberry. We're going to check on Strawberry. And then we can assess the situation here. Right, let's go to withdraw. I know I can't right now. There's Strawberry. Hey. If I could have called him Strawberry with legs, that would have been great, but I wouldn't have had enough room to write it in. Okay, so we have Leech Life, Spore, Slash, and Growth. To be fair, Sleep is probably one of the better effects that it could have. Although Stun Spore would be a great backup, but we win some, we lose some. And it's got a tiny mushroom for whatever use that is. Okay, so we are going to Tough. Right. Take the experience share off Parasect. No, that was the wrong one. Item. Take. There you go. We're going to put you back in the box. Or are we? Yes, we are. Deposit. Parasect, goodbye. I have another Strawberry to get. You know, I never actually made that comparison before. With a Parasect. Now you mentioned it. Yeah, it is kind of like a Strawberry. There we go. Welcome to the team. However brief your attendance will be. Okay, so. In theory, I could start hunting now. I have Golbat ready to use Mean Look. Put him there. So, in theory, did you just see orange? Orange on what? On Strawberry? Let's have a look. I'd say that's more red than orange. But it's kind of... it could be... yeah, it could be... I don't know. Is it orange? No, the other one, it's all orange. Oh, hang on. Not that one, right? Or was it on the PC? Hold on, let me go and have a look. Let me take a look here. See what you were looking at here. Okay, it's just because it's the color of the PC. that is Larvitar. It's not actually orange. It's actually green. There you go. So they all look orange in the PC. See. Hello, Wilfie the dog. Welcome in. And Harry McLaughlin. Welcome in. How are we doing? Glad you guys can make it. Hope you're having a nice chill Sunday. I am having a lovely Sunday so far. And now we're hunting for the evasive Raikou and Entei. So I'm going to kind of run the plan here for you. So this is Pokemon Crystal. I am very well, thank you. Yeah, this is Pokemon Crystal. It's quite old now. It hurts me to say it because it's one of my childhood favorites, but it's quite old now. So here's what happens. Every time I move between a city or a route, or say leave a cave or something like that, the Pokemon in question will move up the map one slot like that. Every time. So say I walk to a new route, it will move to the next part. And then leave again, it'll move to the next part. So in theory, if I move enough times, hang on, if I move enough times, it should get to me there. Hopefully. That's how the legendary beasts move. So I have Suicune, which is this one, who is one of the legendary dogs or beasts. It's a bit controversial, that one. So yeah, how they move is how I've just explained. And in theory, my first encounter when I get in the grass here will be the legendary dog or beast or whatever. If it's not, then he's not here. So I go back into the Pokemon Center, leave, and then we can I think that's how it works. Or is it between routes? Right, let me just confirm this just to be sure, because it might be between routes rather than entering buildings and stuff. Let's take a looky here. So here we go. So roaming mechanics. They roam and change location every time you switch routes or enter a new area. Best locations to find. Players often find him around Ecruteak City. Best strategy, which I did say, walk back and forth between a city and a route. So they're saying between Ecruteak City and Route 37, so we could do that. Do not use fly to reach his location, as this causes him to immediately move to a different random location. Okay, didn't know that. Didn't know flying would make him move to a random location, but there we go. So, you are the only one out of all streamers that have said my last name properly. Really? I think I know a McLaughlin from way back. May have been a teacher of mine, I can't remember. So I know the name. I'm kind of interested in how some people would have pronounced it. Okay, so we're going to do as Google says, between Ecruteak City and Route 37, I think they said. But I don't know if that's down or up. I'm going to probably guess down. Yep. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. To be fair, it's quite easy to get up and down from the city in the grass there. Ooh, Ariados. So that's what our plan's going to be. We're going to keep doing that. So we are after either Raikou or Entei. I should buy Pokeballs. Hey, Noctowl. I do like a Noctowl. Right, before I do it again, let's find the Pokemart. There it is. and grab some balls. I'm gonna need a lot of balls. Great balls, please. How many can I buy? There are a few. That's 30. Is that gonna be enough, do we reckon? I don't know. Oh, I got nuggets to sell actually, that'll help. So I would buy Ultra Balls, but I don't believe it's worth it. There we go, that's 10 Gs from 2 nuggets right there. Hell yeah! How much do these sell for? Yeah, not a lot, but I don't use them anyway. Not gonna lie, I'm cooking at the moment. Bloody roasting. No, I'm gonna get more balls. We are going to get another 20. That'll do. I don't want to spend too much because I might need money for all my thingy things, potions and stuff. Right. Oh, Entei, oh, Raikou, please appear. See, now I imagine as long as I stay at this long enough, it shouldn't take too long for one of them to appear. If you've encountered one before, you could track it with the Pokédex, but because I haven't bumped into one yet, it's a case of pot luck at the moment. Because on the Pokédex it gives you the location of where you can catch certain Pokemon if you've seen them before. But if you haven't seen them before, you're kind of out of luck. Spinnerack. I don't know why, but I got a soft spot for like Spinnerack. It's considering I'm not much of a spider fan. Oh, I'm doing this the wrong way, aren't I? I'm supposed to be skipping routes. Stantler. Quite rare to come across those, are. And actually a fairly tough opponent. That's the way I'm supposed to be doing it. It's better. Yeah, anyway, as I was saying, although I'm not much of a spider fan, I kind of like Spinnerack. It's quite cute. But I am a fan of snakes. So like Arbok, Ekans, even Seviper and the new, well, I was going to say newer gen, but that's the 3rd gen, which isn't very new considering there's like almost 10 gens now. That's depressing. Anyway, game plan after this, after I've finished my goals on Crystal, we will be doing a Nuzlocke run through of Pokemon Emerald. That is the game plan. So, most people are familiar with the Nuzlocke rules, but just to give you a brief overview, the main rule is you're only allowed to catch the first Pokemon you encounter per route, and you only get one. If you don't get one, you don't get anything from that route. So really what Pokemon you get is pot luck. And another crucial element to a Nuzlocke is if the Pokemon faints, that's it. It's dead to you, you can't use it. So you could potentially run out of Pokemon entirely, and then the run through is done. So you have to be very careful how you battle. Another rule is, I just did that wrong. Another rule is you have to nickname the Pokemon you capture, so you kind of get an emotional attachment. So every loss hurts, essentially. That's the main basics of of a Nuzlocke. So most people can do it differently, or will do it differently. with those general rules in place, plus extras, for example, I could say I don't want to use potions during fights, or I could not be allowed to use potions between like Pokemon centers or whatever. It's all down to how difficult you want to make it for yourself. So I will kind of review a set of rules and see how I would use them. So obviously the rules I've explained for the Nuzlocke I will probably do anyway, which will be one Pokemon per route, and it has to be the first encounter. You have to nickname them, and if they faint, that's it, you can't use them anymore. So you either release them or put them in a box permanently. That's the thing. I could even shush foam. I could even use the rule of no legendaries allowed, or you know, stuff like that. There's many rules you could add to make it a bit more interesting or complicated. Did I exit the route? I don't know. I keep losing track here. See, in theory, this should work, but I could also be wrong, so. See, when I read it out and it said if you fly, it will go to a random location, I don't think that's true. Because I'm pretty sure if you're quick enough or clever enough, if you land in the right place and go to the right route it's about to go to, I'm sure you can meet it that way. But I might be wrong. I'm sure that's what I used to do. It's quite a it's predictable only if, you know, you've seen one before. I used to do it all the time where I'd just be like randomly out somewhere in the grass and I'd come across an Entei or something and I'm like, oh my god, I need that. But I'm unprepared, so I don't have the means to keep it in a battle and catch it, so because they just run. Whereas this time I am prepared, but I have not yet seen one, which is annoying. Very annoying. So let's keep trying. I could be at this the whole stream and maybe not get it, which is going to be really annoying. But there's also two of them, so it kind of doubles my chance of finding at least one of them. Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Watch, that was the time that I was probably going to get one as well. Suck it! Hoot hoot, no, we're not interested. Have you seen a Raikou or an Entei? Holler. Let me know. Otherwise, leave me alone. Ding 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 ding. See, I don't think Stantler even evolves. And it's one of those Johto Pokemon that you completely forget about. Like, it's not, I mean, it is a memorable one, but it's not something you do remember usually. Like, I was up against Blaine yesterday, and he had a Magcargo. And I completely forgot that Slugma was actually in Gen 2. I thought it was like Gen 3. That's weird. It's probably because I've maybe encountered them more in newer gens rather than the gen it was originally. Ariados. Spinarak's evolution, in case you're curious. Oh my god, I'm tired. Why am I yawning? Sorry guys, this isn't very riveting content, I'll be honest. If I do get to Entei or Raikou, I could cut this video down a lot by the time I'm finished. I'll be just like walking around in the grass and be like, oh look, there's a Raikou. Cut. Catch the Raikou. Cut. Oh look, there's an Entei. Cut. Catch. Cut. Done. Video over with. It'll be a really quick video, even though this is very tedious. I mean, I could always throw in the fact that I was training a Paras. It evolved into Parasect. I was leaving the cave to go to, you know, the Pokemon Center to heal up, and then, oh look, a wild Parasect appeared. Convenient. Although it doesn't have Stun Spore, so... But it has Spore, which could be even more beneficial, but the trouble with the sleep effect is it can wear off. Whereas paralysis is permanent, so that's the only kind of disadvantage you got there. So if Entei woke up or Raikou woke up, I would be absolutely mullered probably, especially with an Entei because it's a fire type. But I don't know if it actually has a fire type move. It could do. I'm not sure if they actually have Roar. That could be a problem if it did. Because it would force my Pokemon to flee. But I don't know if it would force me to bring out another Pokemon or leave the battle entirely. I'm not sure on that. I need to find that out. Because if it happens, I'm going to be so pissed. But if I encounter them, I can track them, so it's not the end of the world. So we can see how it goes. This isn't the best content, guys, I'm sorry. If I happen to encounter a shiny Pokemon though, I'll catch it. It's always worth catching a shiny. But in theory, I should have more chance of seeing Raikou and Entei than a shiny Pokemon. So I've got that going for me. It's just going to be a case of walking back and forth between the route. As boring as that is, it's kind of how it is, I guess. The trouble is, though, when you leave the route, it jumps. When you go back to the route, it jumps another place on the map again. So essentially it's moving 2 places every time I come back to this spot. So there's a chance it could skip me as I've moved back to the city and then back to the route. Because it could have jumped that route as I've gone between the city and the route, if you know what I mean. So I'm in the route, it's in the route behind me. I move to the city, it moves to the route I'm in right now. I move back, but it moves forward. So it's skipped me. So although it's in the route I was just in, as soon as I move back into the route, it's going to move forward. And that's kind of how you're going to luck out, I suppose. That's why a lot of times it just comes down to pot luck. It'd be a case of when you're not looking for it, you're going to find it. Which is really annoying. See, for all I know, it could be in Kanto right now, but I don't think it is. Actually, let me just double check Google, because I don't think they are in Kanto, but so here are the details. Entei and Raikou roam Johto. Its location changes every time you change areas. So best locations to find it, Ekritik between 37 and Ekritik, which is what I'm doing. Use the map function on your Pokegear to see where it is currently located. That's wrong, because you have to use the Pokedex for it to show up on the map, but you have to actually see it first before you can see it on the map. Strategy, walk or bike between a city and a route. Yeah. Do not fly. Yeah. Encounter behavior. Entei will always attempt to flee on the first turn. Mean look or abilities like Shadow Tag to prevent this. Yes, I got that ready. You defeat Entei, it will respawn after you defeat the Elite Four again. Okay, I did not know that. I also don't want to take that chance, because that seems like a risk to me. Entire Johto regions. Occasionally water as well, okay. Doesn't say about it being in Kanto, so you might be alright. Not wasting too much time here. See, I didn't actually need Google to remember the way that they move throughout the map, because from my very old experience, I also had like a walkthrough book back in the day, which told me everything I needed to know about the game. So I still remember some of that knowledge. A lot of it was like maps of the whole, like all the cities and the routes and stuff. So you could see it all in one picture instead of as you're moving through the world. Excuse me. When I talk too much, I get a dry throat. Oh look, another Spidey boy. Does it only have 6 legs? Curious. Sure, spiders have 8 legs, right? Could be wrong. I'm not a, what do you call it? Bug person. I can't remember what their technical name is. Biologist? Is that right? I don't know. So just to further explain my point of how it would move. So let's say when I go back to the city, it's moved to this route I was just in. So right, it'll be in this grass right now, right there. But if I move back into the route, it will have moved to the next route. So I would luck out like that. That's a possibility. And then I'd have to wait for it to do another loop and hopefully fall on this route when I've come back. It could take many attempts for that to happen. No, I didn't want to do that. It will always be the first encounter as well. So it's not like a case of I've got to be here for a while. It will always be the first encounter of the route. So you don't have to constantly walk around the grass hoping it's going to appear, because it will be the first encounter on the route. As long as it's there, obviously. Hi, Noctowl. Goodbye, Noctowl. See, the perfect Pokemon... Oh, whoops. Just jumped routes again. Without actually... Oh, I could have... That could have been my opportunity, who knows. Yeah, anyway. Perfect Pokemon for this would be Arbok, because it learns Glare, which is a paralysis move, and it could learn Mean Look as well, which will stop the Entei slash Raikou from running. And it could paralyze it as well. So it could I'm not actually sure where you get an Arbok from. I did see one the other day. I think possibly around between Johto and Kanto, I think is where I've seen it. So when you're crossing over from Johto to Kanto. A bit too far there. Well, well, well. Not the Pokemon we're looking for. I mean, I do like a Noctowl, but sorry, dude. Don't need you. I need an Entei or a Raikou. Stantler. Welcome back. Again, don't need you. Goodbye. There's gonna be a lot of this, and it's getting tedious. We're almost an hour into the stream now. And we are still no closer. In theory. I mean, we could be getting closer. But it could also be getting further away at the same time. I didn't change the route, did I? I gotta stop doing that. Fun fact, this is the first like handheld Pokemon game where the Pokemon actually moved. Although it was like only in the intro bit, to me as a kid, that was huge. I was like, oh my god, the Pokemon moved. I think the first one I saw, the first Pokemon that I encountered and saw it move, I was like, no way. And it was a Rattata as well. Rattatas are cute, I like Rattatas, but seeing one move for the first time, it was like, oh my god, that's awesome. And then every Pokemon you encounter is like, oh, what's it gonna do? How does it move? Some of them are cool, some of them are a bit of a letdown. I mean, that's okay. It's not great, but moves pretty well. Man, I'm getting a headache. I think it's because that light's shining in my face. Hoot hoot. I couldn't give a hoot. Go away. Again, Pokemon name inspiration. Hoot hoot. It's literally what an owl does, is hoot. So they thought, you know what we should call this owl Pokemon? Hoot hoot. What a hoot. Still, doesn't matter what you say, it's still iconic. See, Stantler, I suppose, could be a cross between a stag and antlers. It's kind of, that's where my thinking goes. So that's pretty cool. Spinnerack, I'm not quite sure. I mean, spin as in spin a web. Don't know what the rack would be. Arachnid? Spin arachnid. There we go, I got it. And then there's Ariados. I mean, Ari as an arachnid is kind of vaguely there. Ariados could be like, say, a Spanish way of saying spider or something like that, or arachnid or something like that. I'm not sure. That's just a part in the wind, I'm guessing there. Pokemon names. Let's talk about Pokemon names. Right. And what they could be based off, obviously depending on the Pokemon itself. So I have a Golbat. It's a bat. It's got bat in the name, that's as far as it's going to go. I mean, Zubat and Golbat. I don't really know what the Zoo or Gol is all about, but it's got bat in the name, that's good enough for me. You could put Manbat. It's got bat in the name. It might not be a man, but it's not a Gol either. I have an Eevee. Eevee specializes in evolutions, like it has many different evolutions, so being called Eevee kind of makes sense. What animal it's possibly replicating could be like took in different ways. Could be a dog, could be a cat, could be a fox. You don't know. Then there's Growlithe, who is clearly a dog. Growl is obviously dogs growl, they like to growl. Growlithe, I don't know what the lith is. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm having a stroke, I think. But yeah, I'd be happy with the fact that Growl is related to a dog, so that's kind of why it's called a Growlithe. There's Ariados. Arcanine, Canine, Arcanine. That's easily enough a dog. Houndour, Hound is a dog. Houndoom, again, Hound is a dog. See now, Typhlosion. Don't know what Typhlosion represents, like, potential animal-wise. I mean, like Tyranitar could be like Tyrant, like Tyrannosaur. I mean, kind of like monstrous. Makes sense. Typhlosion could kind of be in that ballpark if you look at him. I mean, he doesn't look like a tyrant there, I'll be honest. Typhlosion could be like a mix between a tyrant and an explosion, Typhlosion kind of thing. But then Cyndaquil, I don't really know. Cyndaquil, Cinder, like Cinder, could be like a it's not Cinder, but a Cyndaquil. Could be a, I don't know if Quill, it could be as in Quillfish. I know it's not a fish, but there is actually a Pokemon called Quillfish. So let's just ignore what I just said there. Because I was thinking Quillfish was actually an animal. It might actually be, though. I don't know. Just kind of spouting rubbish now. Other Pokemon names. Chansey. Don't really know the inspiration behind Chansey. It carries an egg in its front belly sack, whatever you want to call it. Don't really know what the name kind of represents with regards to a Chansey. Or Blissey, I don't know. There's some that I couldn't really think of an explanation for. Come on, stupid phone. What other Pokemon can we think about? Mew's an interesting one. Mew could be because it's kind of looks like a cat. It's kind of, yeah, I think it's based off a cat, so Mew, meow, Mew, meow. It's kind of a, that's kind of where I'd get that thinking from. And obviously Mewtwo it's a duplicate of Mew, like a clone of Mew, so they've so aptly named it Mewtwo. Like, they didn't really think of a badass name for it. So, there you go. Mewtwo is just Mew number 2. Now we get interesting. So, on the topic of legendaries, Lugia. Don't know what that name represents. Or what it's actually supposed to be, like, animal-wise. Oh, clearly it's a flying bird type thing. But could it be construed as a dragon? Mythical creature? And then there's Ho-Oh. Mythical creature, probably, like a phoenix. But Ho-Oh, I don't know the name, what that's supposed to represent. So it's hard to kind of figure that one out for me. Interestingly enough, the 3 legendary birds, there's Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Now, if you you pay close attention to the names, Articuno has uno at the end, which is 1 in, I think, Spanish. And then Zapdos, dos, is number 2 in Spanish. I think it's Spanish. And then Moltres, is 3. The 3 legendary birds. Obviously, Arctic is ice. Arctic Uno. Zap, electrical, obviously. Zapdos. And then Molt, as in molten, is Moltres. So that kind of breaks down the names, I suppose, for those. Then there's Celebi. Not sure what that name represents. Although the Pokemon type it's an onion fairy, whatever that's supposed to bloody be. Not a clue. So the name, I mean, it could be celery. It's not a... Is a celery an onion? Is it? It could be. I don't know my vegetables very well. Is a celery an onion? If you know, comment. I would like to know. It's probably an obvious no, but I might be... My brain's turning now, slowly. It's a bit rusty in there, but it's turning. Celebi. I mean, that's my logic with that one. Celery. That's what I'm going with. I mean, a lot of the Pokemon names aren't really extravagant, you know. We could also think about... What else can we think about? See, Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. Don't know what... Damn it, I did it again. Don't know what kind of names they're supposed to represent. Like what their names actually kind of mean. Suicune... I don't really know. Raikou... I mean, there's Raichu. It's kind of like electric type based. I don't know. Entei. Don't know. I've got to admit, I don't know that one. Not quite sure where the logical name thinking is in that one. There should be like a, if there isn't one already, like a Pokemon dictionary for names, Pokemon names, and what the inspiration was for them, or what they mean, you know? That'd be pretty cool. Celery is from the carrot family, apparently. Really? Luna McLean, thank you very much for elaborating on that. If you were lurking, that's brilliant. I love that you just dropped in to drop that nugget of information. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, I love it. Yeah, Google was a smart thing to do. I should have Googled it, to be fair, but I was liking the curiosity there. Thank you very much for the follow. It means a lot. Almost as much as the celery as a carrot piece of information. I love it. Okay, well that disregards my Celebi onion fairy logic there. Celebi, I don't know. It's a weird one. Okay. Another name. What can we think of here? What other Pokemon have I got on me? Let's have a look. It reminds me of green onion. I was surprised to... Yeah, I thought that as well. Like spring onions, you know? That's kind of where my logic was with that. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. Okay, so we have Pidgeot, Pigeon. Yeah, that's the self-explanatory. Okay, strawberry. I can explain that. It's not an actual strawberry. It's Parasect. Parasect is a mushroom. Paras. It's an insect. Paras is in Parasite, I think. That's kind of where that's coming from. Yeah, Typhlosion, I have not got a clue. No idea. Kind of tried to explain that, but I don't think I'm quite right with that. Other names, what can we think of? There's plenty of Pokemon. That's the point actually. I was talking about Houndour and Houndoom earlier. There is somewhere you can catch them on this game, but I can't remember where it is. I think it's in Kanto somewhere. My instinct is telling me around Cerulean City area, but I'm not gonna go searching for them. There's Meowth, obviously that's an easy one, it's a cat. Persian? Purrs and purr. Cat purrs. Persian? I don't know if there's like a Persian cat, like a Persia as in Persian. As in the place. Could be, I don't know. I'm not very clued up on cat, like, origins and stuff. Not really what I was thinking. Cat breeds, that was what I was thinking of. Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Leafeon. Yes, okay. The Eon part I couldn't tell you. But obviously Flareon's fire type, hence the flare. Vaporeon is a water type, hence the vapor. Vapor. Oh, I just skipped the route again, didn't I? Jolteon, obviously jolt of lightning or whatever. It's an electric type. We kind of got that. Leafeon, grass type, obviously, hence the leaf. So that's pretty easy. Evolution in Japanese. Okay, I'm glad you're clued up because I have no idea. That actually makes perfect sense, to be fair. Again, I'm not very clued up on Japanese either. You'd think I would be, but I'm not. So, there you go. I learn something new every day. Celery is part of a carrot family. Sorry, carrot family. And Eon could potentially be representative of the Japanese version of evolution. There you go. It's a reasonable, you know, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's a reasonable what's deduction? Deductive reasoning is kind of where I was going with that. Saying then. My brain and my mouth don't coordinate very well. Noctowl. Ah, there's a good one. So, noct as in nocturnal. Owl because it's an owl. There we go. I like this game. This is fun. Breaking down Pokemon names. There's Snorlax. Now, if I remember rightly, my Pokemon trivia here, Snorlax is based on one of the developers of the game, I think. Like, his visuals or whatever is based off someone who's part of the development team or something like that. I can't remember. Not like the game in general, but like the Pokemon franchise, I suppose. When you're asleep, your body goes lax, you're snoring, and you're lax. Yeah, exactly. But like the design of the Pokemon itself was based on an actual person who's part of the Pokemon team, I think. If my trivia is correct, it might be wrong, but I'm sure that's what I heard. Oh, we can go to the starter Pokemon. So, Totodile is obviously a crocodile, and Tote, as I think, probably is in like a tot, like little crocodile, like tiny tot, like a child tot. Croconaw. Obviously it's still a crocodile, so a croc, and a gnaw is in gnawing on things, like rats gnaw on like wood and stuff to grind their teeth down. So that kind of goes with the bitey theme of the crocodile. And then there's Feraligatr, who is probably a ferocious alligator. That's my that's my logic with that one. Okay. I like breaking down Pokemon names, this is fun. Okay. I'm still quite unsure on the Cyndaquil line though, I'll be honest. Quilava. What's a quill? There's got to be something quill-like, which is an animal, but I don't know what. Like the flames on its back could be kind of like a porcupine thing. Porcupines have quills on their back. Is that right? Have I the sharp parts? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Am I right there? That's got to be right. Did I just do some deductive reasoning again? Did my brain do something good? Yes! Yes! I'm smart sometimes. Woo! To be fair, I'm just killing time trying to find a bloody Raikou or Entei. So far, it's not going great. Okay, so next one is Chikorita. And that whole evolution line. Sorry, I'm watching on PlayStation, so it might be delayed. That's fine, that's fine. Not a problem. So Chikorita. That's an interesting one, because I'm not quite sure on that one. Chick as in chickpea? I mean, it's kind of a vegetable, it's kind of leafy related. Chikorita. Bayleaf is, you know, kind of self-explanatory there. There are literally bay leaves. It's I was going to say spice then, it's not, it's a herb. So that one's easy. Meganium. Pretty sure there's a flower called something like that. Geranium, I think it's called. So I got that one. I think we're good with that one. Okay, so here's a tough question for you, right? What, and I repeat that, what is a Rattata called named after? Can you guess? It's like really up there with the hard questions. Can you guess? You're right! It's a chicken! Obviously not. A mouse. Oh, so close. Almost got it. Try bigger and maybe a little bit uglier. Maybe a shark if you squint. Yes, yes. Or if I take my glasses off, it could be anything. just a purple blur. Yes. Real brain teaser, that one. Itchy nose, man. Sorry. Okay, here's an interesting one. Tangela. It's, I guess it's just because it's like vines and thorns. Well, it hasn't got thorns, but it's like very viney and it gets all tangled. Tangela. That's kind of my logic on that one. See, when you think, oh, he's hunting for legendaries, it's going to be pretty epic. We're talking about Pokemon names here. I'm bumping into an endless supply of owls, hoot-hoots and stuff. Talking about why it's called hoot-hoot. This is pretty epic, I gotta admit. I'm feeling pretty epic right now. Okay, here's a challenge. Can you think of a Pokemon name that you're not quite sure what it could mean, like what the meaning behind the name is in relation to the Pokemon itself? And I'll see if I can deductive reasoning towards a reason. I'm playing along with you, just got Crystal today. Oh, cool. Plus, I do shiny hunting on later games, so this is cool to me. Oh, sweet. I'm glad about that. I have a companion. I have a companion with me now, playing along. Is it your first time playing Crystal? Because if so, what a treat you are in for. See, I've never been much of a shiny hunter. If I came across one, though, I'd catch it, but I wouldn't be like all out trying to find one. It is. Oh, see now, if you was, say, I don't know how long ago this game came out. A long time ago, much to my despair. But my first game was Pokemon Gold, which is obviously this era of the game. So when we got Pokemon Crystal out, and I saw the first Pokemon move, I was like, no way. The Pokemon move? It was amazing. It was like groundbreaking. It's my uncle's old copy that my nan gave me. Oh, cool. Yeah, treasure it. Trust me. That would be worth something in the future, if not already. But I wouldn't sell it. It's too good to sell. I got rid of mine a long time ago, and I regret it. So I'm playing this on the PC. So yeah, there's that. I do regret my choice. No, I do actually have a copy of Crystal. I bought it a while back, actually. Now that I remember, it's hidden away in a cupboard somewhere. Yeah, I do still have a copy. Old Pokemon games. I've got Ruby as my first. Oh, yeah, Ruby's a good game. I think Moon was my own first copy. Ah, cool. See, once... I think my last game, as a kid that I played, was Emerald. The newer gens after that I didn't really play. Not for years, and then I eventually got, I think, Black or White. Played that for a bit, got bored in the end, and then didn't play Pokemon again for a while. Oh, Emerald is a brilliant game. If you love Ruby, Emerald is even better. Emerald is the equivalent of Crystal to like Gold and Silver. It's pretty epic. Instead of like fighting against one of the teams, like Team Magma or Team Aqua, you get to tackle both, essentially. It's quite fun. Yes, definitely get Emerald. It's a quality game. That's actually a game I'm going to be playing after I'm done with Crystal. And I'm going to be playing a Nuzlocke version of it. So, if you're familiar with Nuzlocke rules, that's all it is. It's just self-imposed rules. And then I shouldn't hopefully have to explain it. I have Pikachu Yellow and Leaf Green too. Oh, cool. Saw I like Pokemon as I showed her my Switch games and Pokemon cards and gave me the old games. You are very lucky. Very, very lucky. That's good. I like that. See, now it's making me feel old, right? Because these are games I grew up with, right? And your nan is giving you them. I feel old. Too scared to do no, so I get too emotionally attached to them. Yeah, I completely agree with that. That is, like, as a kid, I was quite, like, very fond of my Pokemon. I would hate it if any of them fainted. And, like, Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal is where they first brought in, like, the Pokemon being attached to you. So your Pokemon will grow more and more attached to you the more you battle with it, the more it gets leveled up. You can even take it to a Pokemon salon to get it to like you a little bit more. My nan is 70 and still plays Pokemon. What a legend. Tell your nan she is a legend from me. So yeah, they first brought that in. No, actually, I'm wrong. Pokemon Yellow. The original Yellow is the first one where they brought that in, because every so often you could check on Pikachu and Pikachu slowly grows fonder of you as you go along. So technically that's not true. I didn't go back to the town. But yeah. Crystal, Gold and Silver kind of went a little bit more in depth with it. Because Umbreon and Espeon you could only get if your Umbreon's like really Eevee is really attached to you. And it would evolve into an Espeon if it was daytime, or an Umbreon if it's nighttime. So I'm actually trying to get an Umbreon at the moment. Well, not right now, but that is on my agenda. I have an Eevee in my party already. It hasn't evolved into an Umbreon yet. I'm really sad. Friendship levels, right? Yeah, that's it. That is it. And then if you obviously played Ruby and whatnot, it goes a little bit more deeper, because you can even take it to contests and stuff to, you know, show it off. I can't remember what it's called now. It's been a long time since I've played those games. Which is why I'm quite looking forward to Emerald, to be fair. Eevee is my favourite Pokemon, so I'm going to get her ASAP. Yes, do it. If you don't know how to get it on Crystal, I think you get it from Bill in Goldenrod City. So that's just something for you to take note. It'll be level 20. So yeah, that's what you should know. Yes, write it down, it will be good. Because I didn't realise that for a while. And then I had to go back and get it. I'd forgotten. It'd been a long time. Hold on. I'll let the doggy out. 2 secs. Oh, God. Oh, excuse the messy house in the background. Hopefully he comes back in pretty soon because it's cold. Goldenrod City. So you'll go from Newbark to Cherry Grove, from Cherry Grove to Violet City, from Violet City to what's it called? What's the city called? Crap. It's got the bug type gym in, I can tell you that much. Then you got Ilex Forest, and then you got Goldenrod. I think that's the order it goes in. So I think it's 3rd gym against Whitney, who is a tough fight, I will tell you that now. Because she uses Miltank. 2 secs. So yes, Goldenrod City is where it's at. Now, I'm not sure if you have to speak to Bill somewhere else first before he goes back to his house. I could be wrong, I can't remember exactly. But yeah, when he's at his house, I think he gives you an Eevee. Top tip, if you haven't done this before, you can breed Pokemon in this game as well. Best thing to do is catch a Ditto, which I believe is around Goldenrod area. I might be wrong there, but just double check. And you can breed any Pokemon with Ditto, as long as it has a gender. And yeah, you get a baby Pokemon. Hoping to get a Ditto and breed the Eevee. Yeah, yep, you have done it before, that's good. You know exactly what to do. Yeah, if you want a better chance of getting Umbreon or Espeon, I would definitely breed the Eevee to better your chance of getting the good moves that they learn. Because my Eevee is currently level 42 there, and it's missed out on Umbreon's best move, so I'm a bit disappointed there. Mostly through Let's Go Eevee and Violet Pokedex-wise. Ah, nice. See, I never played the Let's Go kind of games. It didn't really appeal to me, I'll be honest. Like that kind of style. I really like the classic, you know, battling like this. Love Scarlet and Violet. Although I've only played Scarlet, but Violet's not going to be much different. Love the way that plays. It's open world, you can roam anywhere. It's brilliant. I would like the games to be more like that further on. I was actually working through the Pokedex on Scarlet. I can't remember how far I got. I got quite a few. Arceus, yes, that I haven't played that one. But I know it's that sort of gameplay. I just haven't actually tried it. What's the battling like though? Is it still turn-based, or is it more like Pokemon Go? Or Go Eevee or whatever. Because I think that's what like Go Pikachu and Go Eevee is. Battling is a lot different. Okay. See, that's kind of what slightly puts me off. I guess you could say I'm stuck in my ways. More you toss a ball at them and run. Okay. So you don't really battle at all then. You just gotta try and do your best to catch them. It might still be worth trying at some point. Yeah, that's fair. I love getting all the games and completing them, yeah. See, this is a downside to playing on the PC ROM-wise, because I think you can't trade. Well, there is a way of trading, but it's a bit pointless. Like, if I wanted to complete the Pokedex, it would take a bit of work. Like, I couldn't get a Gengar because you have to trade a Haunter to get it. That's a bit like... See, that's one thing I don't... That's one thing I do have a gripe against, is having to trade Pokemon to get them to evolve. It doesn't... that don't sit right with me. I mean, I was fortunate enough to have like a Game Boy Color and a Game Boy Advance at one point. So, plus obviously a variety of games like Pokemon Blue, Red, because you could trade between Blue and Red and Gold and Silver. So if you wanted to, you could get a Charmander by trading it over to Gold. So I did that a lot. So you could kind of do it that way. I remember one of my strongest Pokemon back in the day on Crystal was Alakazam. He was an absolute beast. Yeah, it is absolutely a pain in the ass. It really is. There should be like another means to do it in the game, like say you trade with an NPC or something. Like they will trade you a Kadabra, which will turn into an Alakazam, but you have to find like a really rare Pokemon to do it. You don't start with Pokeballs and Crystal. No, so once you've got your starter, you have to go to a person called Mr. Pokemon, who is just north of Cherry Grove. And then you have to go all the way back to the Professor. And then after then, you will get Pokeballs, I believe. So yeah, it's not a straight away you get Pokeballs. I think you may be given some. I'm on my way to Mr. Pokemon and getting battered by Poliwag. Oh dear. Just out of curiosity, which starter did you pick? I'd like to know. I'm going to be really disappointed if I don't encounter one of these guys by the time the end of the streams come across. Ah, you chose Cyndaquil. Good choice. Good choice. But to be fair, this generation, I would always pick... Well, no, to be fair, I like every single starter in this generation. Like, I like Chikorita, I like Cyndaquil, I like Totodile, but I'm always a sucker for fire. I'm a big Charizard fan as well. As a little example here, I have a Charizard Pop holding a Charizard Keyring. Pretty cool. Your Nan always picked fire, so I always do too. Yes, your Nan is once again a legend. Come on, Entei, Raikou, what are you doing? I'm starting to wonder if it's even possible. It's got to be possible. I don't know if it's not possible through it being a ROM, but I'm trying to get a shiny Charmander in Let's Go Eevee. Okay. That's fair, that makes sense. It'd probably be a lot easier to get the Charmander than the Charizard. Absolutely. Like, playing Crystal and that, I don't think I came across many shinies. Maybe one or two I've seen. I mean, you're always guaranteed one in Pokemon Crystal. Easier reset, step in and out of a cage rather than flying. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you're guaranteed one shiny in this game. If you don't know already. Would you like me to spoil it for you? Or would you like to wait? Okay, you know. Okay, that's fine then. Yeah, shiny Gyarados. It is pretty cool. A red Gyarados is always cool. Although I didn't have much use for it like during the Elite Four, unfortunately. He wasn't very useful to me. I had a regular Gyarados before I got the red Gyarados. Because I am a Gyarados fan, to be fair. They are toughies. I mean, when you look at a Gyarados, you think, yeah, that's badass. I'm getting depressed now because I haven't come across one of these guys yet. I have to use my personality as a piece of entertainment, and that's not very good. Oh man, it's one of my early faves. Yes, absolutely. Gyarados is just satisfying to look at, you know. It's cool. The whole of Gen 1 to 2 is my favourites. You're like me. They are the best. Yeah, 1 to 3 is my Peak is my favourites because that's what I grew up with. I guess that's kind of biased, but like when you look at Rayquaza, absolute menace of a Pokemon that is. I would say that's probably one of, if not the best designed Pokemon in the game. And that's a lot coming from a Charizard fan, because Charizard is epic. But that is correct, yes. That's Emerald's legendary. And if I remember rightly, when you encounter it, it's level 70. If I'm right. I could be wrong. But yeah, Rayquaza is an absolute menace. But a good Pokemon to have on your team. 100%. It's just a well-executed design for a dragon, you know? Shiny hunting some old legendaries and sword using the Crown Tundra expansion. Okay. Is, if I'm correct, Rayquaza shiny version black? I think it is. Again, like Charizard's shiny version is black, right? That's... It's just, I don't know, black is badass. People trying to sell views. Banned! Catch you later, hater. Anyway. It is. Okay, I was right. Good. Getting a shiny Articuno for my friend's birthday. Nice, nice. Wait, what colour's a shiny Articuno? Obviously, I've never done like active shiny hunting, so some of them I don't even know. Yeah, what colour is an Articuno shiny? Is it like pink or something like that? That'd be cool. Light blue. Okay, so kind of normal-ish. It is dark blue, so light blue. Yeah. Very, very light blue. Okay. Zapdos is very hard to see. What is it, like orange or something like that? Yeah, some of them make you think like, did they even try with that one? There's somewhere they've missed like a fair few opportunities to make them look cool. Whereas Charizard, black was the only colour to go for, really. They would have just ruined it if they hadn't to go on for black. It's the same, just like half a tone lighter. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think in Pokemon Crystal and that they like sparkle. There's a little sparkle when they appear, so you'll know it's a shiny. So you can't like accidentally run away from it because it'll do the whole sparkly thing. I think, excuse me, I think it does that in other games as well, so should be familiar with that, I guess. Dun, 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 dun. See, I thought Stantler was actually quite rare to come across. It turns out it's not. At least not while I'm not looking for it. In Sword, you can't tell to after the encounter for what I'm doing. Oh, okay, that's annoying. So you have to know exactly what you're looking for. Yeah, when I was playing Scarlet, a lot of Pokemon on that I hadn't seen before. So it could have been a shiny, I'd have had no idea. Always have a reference picture next to me. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's smart. Very smart thinking. Well, this is turning into a bit of a disappointment here. We can do with at least one encounter before the stream finishes. Come on. FYI, 10 o'clock's the time I tend to finish. So we're looking at approximately 20 minutes of stream left. Unfortunately, it's been a bit fruitless today. I'm on the right route. I don't know if you were around when I explained. So the legendary beasts like Entei, Raikou, Suicune. Not on this game. Suicune doesn't actually roam like the rest of them do. But essentially, if I get the map up, I'll show you. I'll kind of explain it like this. So once you've encountered them in Ecruteak City and they run from the burned tower, they will roam Johto. So say it's here. Every time you move a route, it will move up one spot. So if you move between like the city and the route, as I'm doing now, I'm technically moving areas twice, so it will move twice. So if I go back up to the city, it moves. If I go back down to the route, it will move again. And if it's unfortunate enough to be in this position where I go back up to the city, it's in the route that I'm in. Then if I move back to the route, it goes past me. So I don't actually get to encounter it. It will always move in order, so it will move from Newbark, which is the far end of the map here. I can't point to it. You won't be able to see my cursor, but if I move all the way back, so we would end up, it will start around about here, and every time I change route or place, it will move across the map as such. So in the order you would travel through it. So Azalea Town, that was the other town I was thinking about, and then you get Goldenrod up here. So yeah, it will move through the map in order, but there's always a chance you could miss it, which is annoying, because when you leave a route and enter a route, it will move twice. So it could be in this route when I move up to the city, but when I move down, it could go past me, which is really sucky. It could have done, yes, but I'm also looking for two of them, Raikou and Entei. So in theory, you'd think I'd be able to see one of them at least by now. But I could be wrong. I could just be really unlucky. Or it could be entirely random up until the point you can track them, but by doing that you have to actually encounter them first. So if you've accidentally bumped into one already, essentially, wondering what that noise was then, hold on, no, we're good. So if I do an example here, if I go into Pokedex, let's for example say I want an Arbok. You go across to area, it will show you where to find it on the map. So the icon, which you can see flashing, is obviously where they are located. Now, every time you move a route, the Entei one will move across, so you can kind of anticipate where it's going to go. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's tough, but I don't know if it's random up until the point you actually come across one of them. Because only once you've seen it, you can track it on the Pokedex, but obviously I haven't seen them yet. I'm pretty sure I haven't. Right, it's in alphabetical order code, so we'll start with Entei. You do encounter like the sprites in the burned tower, but you don't actually get into a fight with it, and then it runs off. So Entei would be around about here, which it isn't, so no, I haven't encountered one yet, technically. Yes, if you're lucky enough to encounter one, you can track it through the Pokedex. So yes, I do have a legendary. It is Suicune, so it is one of the legendary beasts. It's the main one on Crystal, so this will be one of the things you will encounter a couple of times along the way. You'll just see it in the world and then it'll run off. So yeah, Suicune's pretty good. Look at that defense. Quite tanky. His shiny is the same, but just blue hair. Oh, okay. That's cool. See, I love its Paradox version as well, Walk in Wake. It's so badass. I've been trying to get, like, the Pokemon cards for it. But I've only managed to just get an EX so far, which is a bit lame, but trying to get him on Sword, I'm on encounter 40 out of 1 in 300 chance. Okay, you got a bit of a bit of a trek to go then to try and get him. But it is, you know, purely luck based at the end of the day, isn't it? Like, you could encounter it the first time you try. But there you go. Here's what it is. You could be really lucky, or just like I'm being right now, really unlucky. You would think eventually it would appear here. This sucks. Right, if this doesn't work by the end of the stream, I'm going to next stream, which could be in the week or next weekend. I will fly somewhere, fly back, and then start again and see if my luck's any better. Because according to Google, it will move to a random place if you fly. So that might kind of reset my luck a little bit. It does have that sort of aura, you know. It looks like a pretty cool Pokemon. And then you realise, oh wait, it's just a deer with antlers. It is one of those sprites that you think, that's pretty impressive, and then it's, nope, it's a deer. Never mind. They like to use hypnosis, so don't fight them if you can help it. Go away. You're not what I'm looking for. Come on. We got just under 50... Oh, damn it, I did it again. I've probably accidentally skipped it multiple times, because I've done that way too many times. I keep moving too far. A disk server? No, I do not. Oh, Discord server, you mean? I do, but I'm very poor at using it. If that's what you're on about, Discord. You might actually be able to put ! Discord. And it may appear. I can't remember. It's been a minute. Yeah, Discord. Okay, I thought that was what you were on about. Took me a minute to work that out. Yay, it's there! Okay, it does still work. Hopefully it will let you... To be fair, I would have been shocked if it had appeared, because I couldn't remember. So yes, you're more than welcome to roam about in my Discord. There's not a lot going on. It should still come up with notifications when I go live, I think, because I got that automatic. So if you like to know when I am live, that should tell you. At the very least. I do try to post my new videos and stuff on there, but I'm not very good at doing that either. As you're on Twitch, I would appreciate if you would go over to my YouTube channel as well, because that's where I post like all of my stuff pretty much. I'm very much a fan of video editing and editing my games. If you do like me or anything you're seeing so far, that's a good place to look. It's not all Pokemon, there is a bit of Minecraft, a bit of other stuff too, so take a look, see if there's anything you like. You don't have to watch everything or anything, entirely up to you. But yeah, it's there if you want to check anything out. There are previous streams of Pokemon Crystal on there, so you can watch them. There's an edited version of when I took on the Elite Four, so you can watch that as well. Just a disclaimer, I had to add the game audio in, well, the game music in, because I accidentally forgot to record the audio. So the music may be a little bit janky, and there's no, like, you know, clicking in Pokemon noises. Like, when you move, like, well, when you click things, you won't hear the bling, because it wasn't recording. So I added, like, battle music and stuff in it, so it's kind of still, you know, watchable. You just don't get to hear any news or interactions or anything like that. But there you go. I made do with what I had. Don't worry about it. Sounds like something I would do. It's very easy to do as a streamer, like forgetting to record some form of audio or accidentally not muting your mic or unmuting your mic. So I could be talking for ages and no one can hear me. It is tough to get used to, it really is. But I've slowly worked on my setup over the past few years. I was 13 and honestly had no clue what I was doing. I'm in my 30s and I still have no clue what I'm doing, so... I've been streaming roughly about, well, on and off, about 4 years. Like, I took numerous breaks because I just wasn't enjoying it, or didn't have a game I was getting into. But Crystal I've been quite heavy into at the moment, so I decided to start playing it on stream and I was really enjoying it, so hence why I'm still here. 19th next month and managed to get good mic. Ah, yes. 19, that's a good age. Very good age. I am 32, approaching 33. So, the only breaks I'm getting are in my back. Oh dear. I bought this mic, if I sound okay. It's this. It's a Hyper Quadcast, I think it's called. Really good mic. It's got a mute button on the top there. I accidentally muted myself. And there's like an input level there, so you can have it or high. I'd recommend that one. Yeah, I think it was around about 40 quid when I bought it. So Hyper Quadcast, or HyperX Quadcast, I think it's called. It's good price, very good price. It was around the £40, £50 mark, I think it was. Amazon one that I stand up in an empty monster. Oh, I love it. I love it. I had one that I used from, God, I must have been around 17. It was like a studio style mic, but yeah, it was a bit old. So I had like the boom arm, which was hanging down like this. Gets in the way. Don't use it. Have something like this with a stand. It's sometimes it can get in the way as well, but the boom arm, you have to have it hooked up to the table or something, and it's got to lean down and stuff, and it just gets in the way of my setup, and it's really annoying. Yeah, they're just, unless you've got them mounted to your ceiling, there is no point. There is no point, because you will have no room for it. I mean, it was ideal at the time. I have like 3 screens as well, so it can get in the way of screens. I have my game screen, which is down. Actually, it's not technically down. You're mounted to that screen. It's right here. I have a screen above the camera, so it's up here, so I can see my Streamlabs. And then I have YouTube open this side on my 3rd screen. Yeah, I think I've like knocked my mics over many times. Sure, I've probably dropped plenty of things. I've got a stream deck as well. I can't show it you because the cable's too short. So the stream deck's quite useful. Got all my scenes on it. Or most of them. And I have an automatic mute button. Stream deck is very useful. We're 5 minutes left of the stream and I've got nowhere here. This is going to be a lousy video to watch back, I can tell you that much. So I can go to my chat screen. I can go to my be right back screen. This is the card scene for when I'm opening Pokemon cards. Normally the camera would be there, but I don't have that set up. I have to use my phone for that one. And then, of course, my live screen. I don't have the button for my starting soon screen because I don't really need it. So yeah, that's kind of what I got going on. It's pretty cool. I'll see if I can join next stream. I'm invested in seeing you get these legendaries. Thank you. I would appreciate that. It's been a good chat. Really good chat. Yeah, it could be during the week, but I can't promise that because I got kids and things get really busy and hairy in the night. So depending on how it goes will depend on whether I have the time to stream in the week. But if not, I will aim for Friday to be the next one. If not, Saturday or Sunday. So it's yeah, it's hectic. So I stream where I can. I do try to edit videos as well, but that's gone out the window at the moment. Oh, what I can do as well, while you're here, I don't have this set up on stream, so I will copy it and then drop it in. Hopefully I'll be able to drop it in my stream. Share. Hopefully it won't stop me from sharing links. But if I paste this in, that will be where my TikTok, YouTube, all that sort of stuff, Facebook. I tend to post more on Facebook than anywhere else. You can find me there. Well, that'll tell you exactly where I am. I even have a merch page, but you don't have to worry about that. That's expensive. My niece is a pain to get to bed sometimes. Oh yeah. See, my son is much more of a pain than my daughter is. But he is also younger. He's 2, so almost 2 actually. He's not quite 2 just yet. But he is a pain in my bottom. I'll tell you that much. My daughter's usually pretty good. She tends to sleep through quite easily. Although sometimes when she goes up to bed, she doesn't like to go straight to sleep. She has to mess around. But it looks like she's passed out right now, so that's good. Still at that banana age where they do not want to get changed. So yes, yes. So my son is approaching 2. And my daughter is approaching 6. So bit of an age gap, but not a massive one. And they're growing very fast. Ah, Minimac, you're back. Welcome back. Hate to break it to you though, but I will be finishing up real soon. Although I appreciate you being back. Just to keep you in the loop as well, I have not found any legendaries. I'm very disappointed. Your sister is 30. One of us. One of us. She's in my age range. Tell her I know how she feels. Although she's still younger than me, so I guess you could say I'm old still. It's been a massive disappointment this stream, I'll be honest. Like gaming wise, I mean I've had quite some good interacting going on today, so I'm happy overall. Just disappointed I've not seen a legendary yet. So 18 to 30 is also a big age gap. Yeah, 12 years is quite the gap. Yeah, that is quite the gap, but hell, what can you do? You're born when you're born. Yeah, my older brother, I have two older brothers actually. I'm not going into family, that's a whole other, that's a massive mess. I'm not going to go into that. But initially, I was going to say the younger one, but I'm actually not. It's complicated. I'm not going into it because that's a whole other kettle of fish. Have you got any tips to get more subs? So I've been getting a good amount of subs lately by streaming like this on here on YouTube. So doing the whole vertical streaming on YouTube has actually increased my subs a little bit. So clipping streams is also a good way of doing it. I've got a fair few views and subs from clipping streams, so that's a good way of doing it. Honestly, I'm not a pro or anything like that, so I couldn't give you a good answer, but content is the important thing. You got to try and like be engaging. You got to try and attract people's attention. You know what I mean? Do things interesting. So far, this stream has not been interesting. I've been looking at deer and owls for the past hour and a half. Okay, can't stream yet. I have 5 subs. Sorry, 5 subs because I started uploading a few days ago. Okay, so you're very early in. Right, so one piece of advice I'll give you: do not focus on the numbers early on because you're just gonna burn yourself out. So just put up what you're enjoying, because if you're enjoying it, the energy you're gonna give off is a lot better than being focused on numbers and stuff like that. You're just gonna burn yourself out, be miserable, and no one's gonna watch you. So take that from my experience, because I've experienced that. Consistency is a good tip as well, Luna. You're correct there. Consistency is good, but putting content out just for the sake of it is sometimes can have the opposite effect. So yeah, that's my advice there. Don't focus too much on the numbers because you'll lose interest, and you'll just quit in the end. So don't focus on the numbers. That's my advice to you. It's a tough game to be in. It really is, because I've been in and out of streaming and content making for ages, and I lose motivation and confidence because I feel like I'm getting nowhere. Like my max video views on YouTube, my most viewed video is like 2.2 thousand. That's my highest viewed video, and that's a Minecraft video. So it's all, you gotta find the right balance. You gotta find you, is what I'm gonna say there. You gotta find what works for you. That could take a long time, but as long as you work hard and keep at it, and don't worry so much about the numbers, you'll do just fine. You don't get anywhere overnight. Some people are lucky and they do get like a nugget of good content that everyone just loves, it's just one of them things. But the worst thing you can do is compare yourself, because all you'll be doing is thinking, why can I not live up to what they're doing? And it's just gonna run you down. So don't worry about the numbers, and definitely don't compare yourself. There you go. Advice from a not pro streamer. And seeing as it's gone past 10 o'clock, I'm going to save the game here. And try and re-strategize for the next stream. Let's change screen. I am back. Now, if any of that advice you found was useful, you're welcome. If you didn't, I'm sorry, but I'm not actually a professional. But I am trying. As for the stream is over, and apologies we didn't encounter any legendaries this whole 2 hours, so I'm very disappointed. But I've had some good chats. Luna McLean, thank you very much for stopping and chatting and stuff. It's been a pleasure. We've been playing Crystal together from afar. So, yeah, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. And I thank everyone on YouTube as well who stopped in and chatted and stuff. It's been a big pleasure again. Not a problem, buddy. Not a problem, Minimac. Yeah, just remember, do not compare yourself and don't worry about the numbers. Not for now, at least. That's my word of advice. That's the most important things in my eyes. I could be wrong, but I will just call you Luna now. Thank you. It's been fun. Hope to play again sometime soon. Yes, very soon we will. Hopefully in the week. If not, it will be the weekend. So I will be back. Don't you worry about that. Hopefully with a better plan than what I've been doing. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon. Peace out.